Hi everybody, welcome to another story time from Meath County Council Library Service. So we're coming to you today from Navan Library and I've picked a lovely autumn story to read today. As you can see from the cover, it's full of golden leaves that are changing colour. That happens in autumn. So this story is called Little Goose's Autumn. It's written by Elli Woollard and it's illustrated by Briony May Smith and it's published by Macmillan's children's books. So hope you like it. Little Goose's Autumn. While the fields burst with flowers the whole summer long, a tiny grey goose grew bigger and strong. And she thought to herself as she splashed and she swam, "This world is so fine, and how happy I am." But then the green leaves turned orange and gold as the air became tinged with the promise of cold. You can see the little grey goose splashing in the water and some squirrels in the tree. And one apple-red, dappled-red, breeze-blown day, when the goose went down to the lakeside to play, she felt in her heart a sharp tugging pain, like some strange kind of longing that she couldn't explain. And she thought, I've got something important to do. But what could it be? If only I knew. There she is. She spotted some beavers at work up ahead. "What do you do in autumn?" she said. And they answered, "We bite through the trees to get wood, which we use to make homes that feel cosy and good." "Oh, that's what I'll do," the goose said. "I'll make this tree fall." But she found that the tree wouldn't topple at all. Maybe that's not what she's supposed to do. Then she spotted some squirrels and said, "Tell me, please, what do you do on cool mornings like these?" And as they answered, "We're storing our nuts in the ground, so in the winter there's plenty of food to go around." That's a good idea, isn't it, to store up your food for the winter? "Of course," said the goose. "That's what I'll do too." But digging a hole wasn't easy to do. So there you see the squirrels. And then the poor goose can't dig a hole. Then she spotted some bears and said, "Tell me, my friends, what do you do when the warm weather ends?" And they answered, "We're building a den, soft and deep, where in winter we'll curl in a warm, safe sleep." "Ah, me too," said the goose. "That's what I'll do today." But all of her leaves just fluttered away. You see the bears in their warm, cozy den. "Oh dear," thought the goose, "I do everything wrong. How should I be? Can I ever belong?" And waddling away, she went off to hide, feeling ever so tiny and silly inside. Poor goose. She still needs to find out what the important thing is that she needs to do. "Little goose," she thought the wind called her. "Come on." But when she listened, the whisper was gone. "I suppose I should just go back home," the goose said. But what was that shadow that loomed overhead? Was it a beast with a long, sharp beak who could gobble a goose so tiny and weak? Or was it a monster whose wings were so vast they could banish the sun as it rushed on past? "Oh, what shall I do?" the goose thought with a cry. And then she glanced up and saw in the sky. What do you think she's going to see? Not a monster at all, but creatures like her, whose wings stroked the wind with a soft, strong whir. These big geese up in the sky. "Now I know," cried the goose. "Now I know what to do." And she lifted her head up high and she flew. There she goes. Feeling as free as the skittering breath of the breeze, she soared over mountains and rivers and trees, always pursuing the voice of the throng who called, "Little goose, join the flock, come along. We're off to the south where the air warms our wings, where even in winter the sunshine still sings." "Oh, yes," said the goose, "that's what I'll do too." And as she rose upwards, she felt her heart swell with the joy of the wind as it danced and it swirled. "Oh, this," thought the goose, "is my place in the world." So there you see the geese flying in their V formation. You might have seen that sometimes in the sky. The sun slipped low, and then out peeped the moon, as the goose's old friends called out, "Please return soon." And she cried from the sky's vast oceans of black, "Goodbye, and I promise in spring I'll be back." Then onwards she flew, while the stars seemed to glow with a shimmer of white, like the first flakes of snow. There she is. And there they all are, reaching the warm, sandy beaches in the south. So that's what the little goose needed to do. She needed to fly south for the winter to stay warm. So that was a really lovely story. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon for more.